The meaning of the movie author Orpheus on Reading for Minutes published 9.11. 2020 updated 9.11. 2020 serial novelty 2018 director Jean-Marc Vallée, Sharp Objects, is an adaptation for the small screen of the novel of the same name by Gillian Flynn. In the center of events of 8 episodes of the series, the backwater town of Wind Gap, Missouri. Among the local everyday people is a family of decaying aristocrats, mother of 3 Adora, her second husband Alan, and youngest daughter Emma, 13. Marion, Adora's middle daughter from her first marriage, died of an unspecified cause under strange circumstances. The eldest, Camille, left long ago for St. Louis, where she works as a reporter for a small media outlet. The reason for her return home is the successive murders of 2 schoolgirls, Anne Nash and Natalie Keene, in the town. Both victims had their teeth pulled by a maniac. The editor of the Chronicle assigns Camille to conduct a journalistic investigation. But for the protagonist of the series, the trip to her small homeland becomes not a business trip, but a plunge into a painful maelstrom of memory. Camille returned to what all these years running away from: the death of her sister, domestic violence, oppressive mother, gang rape, harassment and other unwholesome antics of peers. The 40-year-old journalist is met by people who haven't changed a bit since her childhood. And it was truly terrible, so much so that the girl became addicted to dulling emotional pain, fears and complexes by mutilating her own body with sharp objects. In response to psychological or physical abuse, she would make cuts on her skin, cursing and insulting words. Returning to the reality of Wind Gap's provincial life turns into a chain of nightmarish events for Camille Pricker. The first thing she faces is fear. The young woman realizes that she continues to fear her mother as if she was still 13. This is not how Emma reacts to Adora's antics. The younger sister, who looks like a porcelain doll, seems to be a homely girl, almost never capricious, loves to play with her dollhouse. An exact replica of the mansion where her aggressive mother rules. Emma doesn't want to run away from this place, but says, "I need to stay a good girl." The second feeling that grips Camille is terror. The hunch is terrifying. The third sister has been victimized by a mentally unhealthy mother. Suffering from Munchausen syndrome, Adora slowly poisoned the child with toxic drink, and with her out-of-control care she ruined Marion. Seeing her mother treating Emma with some obscure drug, Camille realizes that the situation is repeating itself. The girl's decision is obvious: to save her half-sister, to turn to the police. During the search in the mansion they find not only a cocktail with rat poison, which Adora gave to her children. In the kitchen detectives find pliers with traces of Anne and Natalie's blood. The woman is accused of murdering local schoolgirls. The detective seems to be fitting within the framework of Southern narratives about an inarticulate woman in white who steals and ruins children. The director sets the chess pieces of this dramatic family game in place. Adora Crellin is recognized as a murderer and imprisoned. Camille and Emma are rescued, they leave the town and start a life together. But the shocking and abrupt ending of the series literally cuts a sharp point on the heart of the viewer. Final episode. Camille, while cleaning, turns her attention to Emma's dollhouse. The ivory floor in the toy bathroom catches her eye. Instead of tiles, there are dozens of human teeth. The creepy hunch is confirmed by Emma's sudden appearance. Seeing a stunned Camilla, half-sister whispers, "Don't tell Mom." Post-credits. The cute porcelain doll, who turns out to be a clinical sociopath, didn't commit the murders alone. When Emma strangled Anne, the victim was held down by her friends. And before killing Natalie, a group of monstrous schoolgirls abused her for 2 days, grooming in the Adora daughter care tradition. Camille is morally devastated. Fearing a hereditary pathology, she directed her tendency to cruelty not outward, but at herself, inflicting cuts. And it turned out that the mother's inhumanity was passed on to Emma and blossomed in her a lush bouquet. The sister killed the girls because her mother paid attention to them. The final post-literal shot. The victim of jealous Emma becomes her new friend, neighbor May, whom Camille had welcomed into their home. Epilogue. Emma's sociopathic minor is sent to juvie. Camille moved in with Curry and his wife, who started looking after her. Here is a surprise for the viewer from the director of the series, Sharp Objects. Such are the schoolboys, at the sight of which ordinary people are covered with anxiety and horror. At home, Painty, and outside it, asocial and cruel heroes de Charday.